Hello, my name is Peter Avenant, and today I want to talk to you about Ensemble Logical Modeling and just show you a very easy way of using all free software to just build and create an Ensemble Logical Model. Now, Ensemble Logical Modeling, or ELM, is really a subject where people have written about logical modeling and data modeling. There's books been written about it, and I'm not going to do it justice in the short time that I want to spend with it. But just to let you know that for me there's two parts to building a data vault and doing Ensemble Logical Modeling. The first one is creating a logical model. Now, when you build a logical model, you really, you want to look at just the business and the data requirements, and reuse and sharing of data, and really that's talking to the business and using business terminology like a product and a customer, and not really focusing on any source system or any system that gives you data and the names that is used in a system. So what we tend to do from Verigens, when we engage with our customers and our customers want to do a proof of concept or a pilot of our software, we go into a customer site, and the first thing they do is they say, hey, all right, give me a tool and let's just start generating data vaults and building data vaults and automating everything. And we pretty much say, no, let's just make sure that we from Verigens actually understand what your model looks like, what you're trying to achieve. And I really would recommend that you look at some resources on the web. There are various resources. I'm just going to list a few. There's a website called dvstandards.com over here, and who really is focusing a lot on the Ensemble Logical Model. So this is not about Data Vault 1, Data Vault 2, or any other thing. This is just about the logical model, which spans across any ensemble model that you want to do, really. Or the folks from Genesis Academy, Hans Ulgren and his team, they're really actually putting together a course that just focuses on logical modeling, or more precisely Ensemble Logical Modeling. And I thought I'll mention here, if you can write this down, but I'll paste this in my social media channels here. But John Giles has written 2 articles about top-down approaches of actually why would you want to. He comes at it from a different angle, but effectively it comes down to the point of, hey, model your target first, and then start bringing your data source in. It's a roundabout process. But Ensemble Logical Model, as I said, I'm not going to spend hours on it, but it really is about being business focused and actually just modeling your business and the core business concepts of it. So let's get stuck in here. So the way I look at it is digital sticky notes. If you've done a data modeling course, or the data vault modeling courses that Genesis Academy puts on, a lot of the labs and practice sessions is about, hey, taking some sticky notes and writing down customer and product and and author and reader, or whatever the case may be, and putting that on the board and then drawing lines between them. When we do this, I wanted to have that same sort of low tech process, but I also wanted to have it digital. So if you want to do this, you can go ahead and download Visual Studio Code, a free tool from Microsoft. You need to download Graphviz and install this. So once you have both of these installed and you open up Visual Studio Code, which I'm going to show you in a little bit here, you need to go and install some extensions. And again, I'll show you when we're in the tool how to do that. And then lastly, you can download the templates that I'm going to use here. I'm going to download these templates. So let me go straight on in and actually just show you how this works. So I'm going to get out of there, and I'm just going to go into Visual Studio Code here. Now, once you've got the template that you download from our website, it looks like this, and I'll take you through this in a second. But if you have installed the extensions here and just type in the word PlantUML, and PlantUML again is just a free library, that open source library. You'll need this one here, PlantUML, and this ngPlantUML. So those are the 2 that I've installed, so I've already got those working. And I'm just going to drag this across here to give myself as much space as I can, right? Once you have, if you've downloaded our template and extracted it in a folder, and you open up the ELM template WSD file, if you would just be in this file and press Alt-D, what you'll see happen here is you'll see here will be a logical model. And what you can see here, it's very low key, it's just words, and it's all text based, so it's easy to capture business requirements and really core business concepts. In the same way, it'll take you the same amount of time if you have this as a starting point. And most meeting rooms nowadays have some form of digital display, so it's as easy to write the sticky note as it is this. But however, this you can easily do it. If I were to be on this logical model here, I would press and I would go to View, Command Palette. You'll see here it says Export Diagram. I can press that and I can export this diagram into anything. If I press PNG, it'll export it as an image file, and I'll just open it up here to show you what it looks like. So that's basically the PNG that will export, but you can export it to SVG or whatever. So how does this work? Let me go ahead and start something for you. So as you can see here, I've got an empty thing. So Ensemble Logical Model is also combined with Beam. Now you might think that Beam is just for dimensional modeling, but there's a lot of things that from a logical modeling point of view is the same. So if you don't know what Beam is, please go have a look at it. There's a book written about it. It's Ensemble Logical Modeling. The folks at Genesee Academy is focusing on using Beam as a way to help you analyze your business. It really goes about, it really is focused on, you know, let's try and zoom in here a little bit. It really is focused on a couple of things here. It's they call it the 7 W's, so it's the 5 here and then how many is there. But it really says just go ahead and tell me what is your who's in your business, like customer, student, you know, member, whatever that case be. So basically you just type the names in, and what I'll do here, and then you go what, in other words, product, services, when, you know, when is normally in a satellite. So when is normally satellites, and but again there's much more detail against this, where, why, how many. The how is sort of your sales order, and again the how many is normally in your sort of satellites over there. So let me go ahead here and just pad this out for you based on something that I might have filled in for you. So as you say here, if you type the word class in front of it, which is again in that model, but really what you want to do here is just capture business concepts. You don't want to get into any modeling at the moment. So if I press Alt D here right now, you'll see that all I will have over here is just a whole bunch of disconnected entities, and that's really writing your sticky note. So think about this: is all I've done here is I've just literally written down customer, product categories, you know, all of those kinds of stuff there. And then what you need to do is you can go into and get into the things where you can give it more context. What I'll do here is I'll give it a little bit more context here and give it a little bit more of an ensemble feel here. And what I've done here is I've added at the top of this file here, there is, think about this as almost like it's a CSS file or a style sheet where all of these colors and stuff is controlled. So all of this sort of color coding that you get over here, you get that because I've added this bit at the back here. So what I'm saying here is I want to add an H, and I want the background to be white. In other words, I want that H with a white there, and I want it to give me the hub color. So in that file that's also included all these colors. You can go and change these colors, but those colors seem to work for me. And then what you would want to do here is, what I've done here is I said, well, these are hubs and satellites there. The next thing you want to do is you want to obviously connect them up, right? And you can do this in any order that you want. But once you connect them up, and it's really as simple as saying customer goes to sales header. So customer buys, you know, on the sales header. So what you can do here is you can say, well, you know, again, I'm not going to go through all of this, but basically you connect it up, and at the end of it, you get a model that looks like this, and this model should look like the way you want it to do. You'll see here that, you know, you have this single dash and open bracket, which basically gives you the connection. So it really couldn't be easier to do a logical model. Also, if you go to the PlantUML website, which is this guy here, you'll see that you can kind of give it any combination of these little dashes and dots and stuff to say, hey, it's one to many or none to many and that kind of stuff here. So you really can control what these lines look like over there. And, you know, I'll leave it up to you to decide how you want to do it. But that effectively is as simple as it is to logical modeling, to do ensemble logical modeling. Before you actually start building a data vault and automating a data vault and just, you know, throwing source systems at it, make sure that you at least have a target logical model in place. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you at the next webinar.